And then we have another stepper motor. And that's going to get a shaft sleeve put on. And it's going to go into this guy. And I mean, looking at it, I'm going to assume it's this motor right here, because that's the only one that's going to screw onto that plate. And it's got ways for the screws to go through and go in. And then we got to find that sleeve that goes over that they're just talking about. Let's see. Find my package here. So this is my other set of nozzle stuff I have. I got a 3-in-1 kit. So I have another whole set of this stuff, which is probably why I got another motor right there to put that together. And I have another one of these guys again. Let's see, I'm not finding the one. Oh, the other day I was using the long wires. I found my short wires and I put them on my motors. So don't get confused by that. I think one of these the long wires, one of them is going to go on this part right here and plug into this motor here, because it's got to come from the top and go through and go down in. So that's where that's going to go. What else we got? Still got to find that one part. I haven't found it yet. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, right here. There it is. So there's that key. This has a little key on it. That's going to go on this motor here. There's nothing for this to go with, though. Wow, that does not want to go on there. Oh, there it is. It does have a key, and it's flat on one side on it. Maybe I can get it in. Maybe I can't. God, it's tight. Ugh. That's what she said, right? Ah. Wow. Ah. Right, so that's the way it's supposed to go, and then it's going to mount to the one end. So we got to put. There's a cover over the one end that looks like it removes on this side. It's got a little plastic cover, not so dirt and debris doesn't get inside there, and then it has a keyway. Let's see, can I turn that? You know, I'm trying to. No, that just turns this when it comes time. But I got to get this all the way down. That's even with the end now. So that's actually going to fit on here like that, if I can get it in. Maybe. Oh man, things are just really tight on this. Oh man, I can't get this thing to go in. It's actually cutting the piece of plastic. They made it so tight. I mean, that's the way it's got to go, so I mean, there's no choice on how that goes together. I mean, I did what it did, and it's supposed to go on there. Like that, it's really, really tight. Can't get that back off now. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Yeah, you can see it's cutting the plastic because it's so tight. I don't know if I can pull this back off. Yeah, I'd have to go up a little bit. I want to see if I can get it to fit in the hole without the motor on here. Okay. Yeah, so this doesn't really fit in here as it is. Yeah. Right. So that's the problem right there from the very beginning, is that this is so tight you can't actually fit it in. I get it part way in, maybe, and then I'm gonna do this the opposite way of what they're trying to do it. And then I'll put the motor on it, or in it. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah. So it actually compresses the part. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So start. Yes. I'm pounding something. What do you mean? What's happened? I'm hammering something.
You broke something?
No, I'm hammering this. It's really tight fit.
Okay. Hope you not crush your printer.
Let's see. Now there should be like 4 screws, M512s. I think they're these guys right here. That'd be my guess. No, that ain't gonna fit in there. Not those. Maybe these. Yeah. So there should be 4 of these that go in to here, all the way around. Let me find another one here. Let me find a wrench that fits this. With a 5mm, not way too big. Nope. 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 I don't fit it, but it's really not a metric. Probably use it. It fits fine. So I can get these. Get that one started. Get that one started. Get that one started. Get this one started. And we'll tighten them down. Now, what the advantage that I've told you before with these T handles that I have is that I can turn it over and use it with a lot of leverage if I need to. So when I get these really tight, I can just flip this over like that, get it in there, and turn like that, and get those nice and tight, nice and snug. It's all nice and snug. So there's that. That's done. Let's see. They have the picture this way. And then there's it's either this one, their metal one. There's one other one. That's it. Okay. So if that's the only piece, it's got to be this piece. So this piece is going to mount on here, like that. And it's going to use, either using the M620s. That's these guys. These are M6s. So while we're doing this, I'll find a wrench that fits it. Like this guy right here. And we're going to put these in and screw it into there. Screw that one in there. And this one in here. And got this one in here. Like that. Anti-rotation, it says. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Oh, so there's a plate that goes on the other side. Gotta find that metal plate. But I don't see anywhere. Bum. I'm not seeing that plate. There. Oh, there it is. Here's the anti-turn plate, as they called it. And it uses the same size screws as this does. I'm going to tighten this up. Did I put it on the correct side? That's what I don't know. Yeah, because this is the way they had it in the picture. This is where they're putting this plate on. We'll tighten that up. Okay, now we turn this around like so, and this is going to go on. And which way does the key go? It looks like the key's on the bottom on this. So we have a key that goes in here. This guy's going to go in there. And the same here. Get it lined up. Put that one in here. I seem to be one short. I seem to be one short. Oh, that's not good. We're missing one screw. That's a major problem. That is a major problem. Not having that one screw. There should be 4 of those. So four more M620s. It shows in the picture, and I'm missing one. Just make sure I didn't throw it in here, but I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Stuck inside this piece. Whew. Had me worried. That would have required me to go to a special hardware store on the weekend to get that part. All right. So I got that all together now. Got some grease on here. Grab this rag here. Wet that grease up. Not that nut. Wet that off. That's because there was grease on this piece here where that little cap that was on there. Okay, so we got that all together now. Got that piece on. The anti-rotation flange, as they called it. And then we got that, and now we put one of this together. So we're going to put the screw in. And so this is so that it doesn't accidentally turn the whole thing around on us. I want to make sure we're on the other end, rather, not on this end. So this is going to get, put this in. I can't put that in. That didn't make any sense there, because I can't screw that in with that anti-rotation piece in here, because that blocks the key from going. How are you supposed to do this? Huh? You know, this is supposed to turn, right? It shows in the picture that that's already in. But how are you supposed to put that in with that anti-rotation? Install the piston on the screw, start the motor, and screw the screw into the worm gear reducer. Note the position of the slot on the screw. Oh, okay, so this is actually going to pull it through, but keep it straight. But you have to apply power to the piston. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to apply power to that with that board up there, right? Is it what it's supposed to apply with? I'm going to unplug it from here for a moment so that I can. Oh, let's open this in. I unplugged the board. Which end did that go in, remember? Went in the end closest to the power plug. That one in this end. And this end is going to go in here. And we need power for this. And I imagine I can turn this on then, and then turn this pot maybe to start the motor running. Not telling me this is to turn it. So I'm going to make an assumption that if I plug this into there, into here, and I plug this in, I don't know which way is on and off on the switch. So gotta watch what happens here. I'm gonna take this out just in case. Okay, nothing. Turn that on. Okay. Nothing. Nothing at all. I don't see nothing happening here. I have to come backwards, by the way. Oh, now it's turning. Oh, another one. Great. So, what's the problem? That should have been a problem. So the screw is turning. I can see it turning now. I had put this on backwards, by the way. There's actually a flange mount on that. When I had this in, for some reason it wasn't allowing the thing to turn. So I released it. It was able to turn. So this was actually, it was riding against it and was stopping it from turning. So it had to go in a certain way. There's actually a step built into that plate. And the way the step is, is the way the plate has to go. Come on, am I going the wrong way? Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Let's see what happens if I go the other way. Nothing. Oh, excuse me. I'll take this back off again. I gotta get it started. It's not getting started on the thread, and that's the problem right now. I don't know if it's an alignment issue. I might be able to line it better if I loosen it all up and maybe get it started first. Nope. What you don't want it to do is you don't want it to turn, right? You want it to stay on this position, basically. Get this thing in the slot now. And when I get like that. Wow, it's slow. Okay, it's driving it through slowly but surely. I got the screws in now, but I got it started. You could probably throw this in faster by hand and then put this plate on to lock it in place. Obviously you could, right? So I dropped one of the screws on the floor, I believe. Very, very slowly as it's pulling this thing through. If you see it on the camera, here, let me turn the other camera on so you can kind of see. It's slowly pulling this through. We're not using this one anymore. Back to the other one. We're trying to get this to here. You have a piston and a rubber stopper that goes inside a clear plastic tube. Slowly but surely it's moving. Turn the camera on. Keep doing that. Turn the camera on. So right here, that piece is slowly coming out. See if I can focus that a little bit better. Video. For my focus. Okay. So, slowly but surely this is working its way out. Even if I turn this up faster, it doesn't seem to really make that much difference. So over time you'll see this thing is slowly moving this way. But like I said, slowly. Now there's a rubber piston that's supposed to go on here. This one. I've got these guys. I can't. Oh, okay. This one goes in front on the tube. They have one of these tubes like this. This is going to go inside. But get in there. Go inside. And I think this piece maybe goes on the end of this threaded piece like that, and then this screws in to here. And that's the way it goes together. And that's where we are now. Well, I got 3 of these. I got the 3-in-1 kit, so I have another one. And another one. Now, the way I imagine this works is that how do we pull that back out, though? If you're going to fill that with clay, how do you pull that back out? You have to push these back out somehow, and you have to put clay in here, I believe. And that's what pushes the clay through this, through a tube, and over to our effector plate here. Why is it acting up? It's acting up. Hey, that all of a sudden tilted. Oh, that's wonderful. Why did that come? Oh, the glue didn't harden. It just didn't stick. And so this this thing is just completely off on this all of a sudden. And same thing on this one. The glue didn't work. The glue didn't hold it. So that's be like that. And then you're gonna have it's gonna pump it through here. This motor's gonna turn this and pump it out as it feeds it into here. It can feed it into here from this piece. So it's gonna get mounted over here on the side of this thing over here, and it's got a tube that runs down to here, and then this motor is gonna actually push it out of here and out through the little nozzle. But you gotta pull the clay out of that. Put the clay in here, and it pumps it through that, and through plastic tubing like this. I guess this is for the air version, I don't know. So you can see it slowly moving it and pushing it out. Let's see, the thing I still got to do. The limit switches still need to be connected. That's these guys here. These are the wires for the limit switches. They plug onto the end of the switch, and that makes the limits. So that still needs to be connected up. There's 3 of those. There's 1. Here's 2 and 3. For the 3 limit switches. I don't turn this off now because I don't need this to go keep running. It's out far enough now that we can see how it worked. That's all set. And I can turn this camera back off now that we got that all done. And so we're on this part right here. Here's a reducer fixing plate, and this is what's going to actually mount this to the frame. And here's your attachment here. Weird, I don't see that right there though. Because that's not how that mounts. Let's see. Oh, so the Pro, which is the one I'm doing right now, this is the Pro extruder, and this is an air extruder. And the air extruder uses air and has wherever the metal plate is. This guy. This guy is would go on the end of a tube for air assist, for air running. So that would go on this plate like so, and you just screw that on. And that's how you attach. So you have a different attachment for this, if you can get it on here, and a damn rubber gasket, maybe. So this screws on, and then air would push this down and push this whole piston down and in. And that's the way that one would work. Going to LCD mounting here. So what we're going to do is we have this set up here, and that uses a plate that gets attached to the metal motor here, and that's like a U right here, this guy, the fixing plate as they called it. So this is going to mount something like this, and then it goes over the edge of the piece. So it's gonna go something like this. Oh, you're not gonna see it. So I'll have to change my camera position so you can kind of get an idea of what we're gonna get here. So I'll tilt my camera up to where you can see here. I don't know if you can see it here, so this is where we're going to go. And basically this plate's going to get mounted on here, like so. And this is going to be screwed into that. And this whole thing mounts on the side like that. And then this will be inside up here on top, out of the way when it's done. And that's basically the way this all goes together. I'm going to unplug this. I don't need power right now. Now you've seen how we have to put that together. Grab my plate. And let's see. I actually showed it back a few steps. I just want to kind of get you an idea. Right here is that plate that goes on top with M512 and M5 nut. Goes into that top piece. And yeah. So it's going to go on the opposite side of, let's see, so it's going to go like this, just like this. No. On the other side of this. Like so. It looks like this when we look at it. And that's going to go on here like that. I think that motor got warm. That's why I got a big heat sink on this thing. But anyway, this is going to go through here. And it goes with these M5s here. There should be some M5. There's one M5 nut. And here's the other M5 nut. And they don't have anything else for it. So the way they're doing it, excuse me, I'm going to move this out of the way right now, and I'm going to unplug from here. Let's unplug from here instead. I'll plug that back in here. And that's got that together. Put that up there out of the way. We're going to come through here and through here. Maybe. Come on. And then this nut is going to go underneath. Oh, that was nice. And I dropped the nut. M5. Where did the nut go? Oh, right there. Nice place for it. I'll have to get it in a minute. Is that going to work? Yeah, barely. Barely is it going to work, but it should work. Get things started, maybe. Okay, got that one started. Then back in the slot there. Oh, that probably would have been an easier way to do this. Loosen that up. Get this guy to drop that screw out. The nut out, rather. It fell inside here. Got it. Knock my other camera over. And we'll start the other one on the other screw. Like that. There, put this in. We'll slide it. Maybe we'll slide it in. Maybe we won't. Oh, it's a little too tight. A little too far on that one. Get it in there. Come to the top. Tighten that up. Tighten that one. Like that. Like that. This whole thing goes like that. Just like that. That's how it's supposed to go. I made a mistake on that motor, I can tell. Because that connector is against the wires are against the frame, and then we don't want it that way. definitely don't want our motor to have the wire against the frame. So I will change that. By turning. So. Oh God, I got this so tight. There, got it. So the way I'm going to do this is, it's not going to come out. We already know that. It was very hard getting it in there. I had to pound it in to get it to fit. But I should be able to just turn the whole thing once I have all the screws out. By doing like that. Something to watch for, connector up, because the wires are all going to go on the top anyway. So have that connector up when you start, then you don't have to worry about undoing this and doing what I just did, which is turning the motor. But not a big deal. It really wasn't difficult. As you can see, it was really easy to turn the whole thing. Just take the screws out, turn the motor, put the screws back in. Really easy. Tighten it up. I mean, I say I had a better way to do this. Hold that, you know, because it doesn't fit tight. It's loose. Hang it, end up hanging at an angle. You drag it back here, and then the motor bracket kind of holds it in place. So we got that. I don't know where we're mounting this piece at yet. So that's where we are now. You can take these and start hooking up these switches. And I wrote down which one was which, if you remember, on the plate. This is my Y right here. And we can put this guy on. Doesn't matter which way it goes, you just gotta make sure that whatever you do, I don't know whether it's the outside, two outsides, or the outside to the middle, I don't know. So we have to figure that out. I'm not gonna do it right now. It's already after 10 o'clock and I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, so for now I am done for the evening. I have all my stuff out of the way here. So you just saw everything kind of go together. So this was the Pro extruder. Next up is this mounting of this board and making all this stuff that holds the motor and all that stuff together. They didn't bend this tight enough. They show it really tight here in their picture, but it's really loose and the whole thing tilts. Not good. Yeah. Right here, they show this as being tight. And if you look at it on here, it's definitely not tight. It's definitely on the loose side, but that's okay. Like that, I used the bracket of the motor here to hold it out of the way for now. And then you have this plastic piece right here that's going to be part of the case that goes for the motor and switch right here that this goes with. It's got a hole in it. Punch out the hole that isn't punched out all the way here. Punch out the rest of it, which says out, in, P, R, C. You know, so that all this is supposed to punch out. It's a laser cut piece. This is supposed to push out and be out of the way, like that. And that's the N for in. That's the I for in. the P, the R, the C. Oops, that pushed out completely. Whatever. Let's see what else. Out for O, U, T, and this is all wrapped in plastic. Could have pulled off the plastic first and punched all this out, but it's supposed to have been cut because it was later cut, so this is all cut through anyway. You just peel that piece of plastic off. Peel this piece of plastic off. Yeah. And now you got all these nice. That's supposed to be a C, but the portion of it broke. That's okay. And that's going to mount this on here. I'm not sure exactly how yet, but it should go on here somehow. You know, something like that. Something like that, I guess. There should be some more pieces for the casing for this, I think, which I don't seem to see anywhere right now. Not in the display. It looked like they had a little box in the picture for it. We're holding that right here. Not showing what I want. I don't see it. Right here, there's like a little box around it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll zoom in on it. See, it shows like a little box that that all mounts to. But I don't seem to see a little box for all this. This is the air, part of the air stuff. That's what that is. An air gauge. I do not see a plastic box at all. This is a piece I glued. It's glued together. It didn't glue straight. It's a little bit off on one side, but it's probably good enough for what we're doing. I don't see no plastic box anywhere. We're holding the that last part of the electronics together. Nope. Nope. Nope, nothing. The air one. Don't see it. That seems like that's a piece that's missing of all the stuff that we have. That seems to be a missing part. Wait, there might be something else here. Found some stuff here that has. Nope, this has extra more nozzles than all it has. So here's my other nozzles here, and this block of wood. And I don't see anything. Oh, nope, that's my thing that I built. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. So that's a missing part that they don't have. That little box thing. Like I said, there's a tube that comes down, goes over and goes into that. The only thing I didn't see is how do you zero this thing? You know, when you actually run it. Excuse me. Front door, M30, padding post. Like that. And so here's this thing. What is this thing? This box here, this is Cerambot kit. Well, I don't know what that is. I don't have it. I don't see it. So we're kind of screwed here. There's that part mounted on the top. I have no way of mounting that to the top either, because I don't see how you would mount that to the top. Right? You see anything for mounting? No, because it should be part of this part right here that's going to mount it. So, yeah. It seems to be missing. Okay, so we're missing that part, and that's where we are. I don't see it. I don't see nothing for it. So here's the display, which doesn't have anything like that in it. And the knob for the display is going to go on here. This is the speaker for it. Assuming this is going to go something like this, as a guess. Reset button. Here's the knob for turning it and selecting how you're going to run the display. The cables for the display. Drop the knob. Doesn't really matter which way the knob goes, because one, it's not going to be captivated. You know what I mean? By captivated, it's not captive. Should I do that on there? Somehow. There, like that. And you push on it and you turn it. So you turn it and then push it and it selects it, whatever menu item you have highlighted. Push, turn, push, turn, push. Right? And that goes like that. Screws, the spacers go through here and hold it in place. And then it's going to get mounted on the front of the unit, however we're going to do it. Of course, what we're seeing is the same thing I'm already having a problem with. That the, damn it, here it is. It's pulled out again, out of the out of the tubing here again. And I don't know what's going on. Everything's just coming apart on these tubes. They are not holding for crap. I get one and then the other one comes out. Now everything's off kilter. For whatever reason. This one's off. All of these are not hold. The glue did not hold. That just sucks ass. My epoxy didn't hold. So let me take this off just to get it out of the way for right now, because I don't want to have the extra weight on here while if this is going to keep coming apart. And I don't know why it's not, like I said, I don't get it. There it is again, see, right there. This whole piece just came right out. There. And let that sit and see if we get this thing to, and there it is on this end again. Doesn't want to stay together. I may have to disassemble this and re-glue those, because the glue is not holding. So, okay, you've seen how it all goes together. The glue is not holding for whatever reason. So, even though I used 5-minute epoxy, it doesn't seem to be gluing it together. It's coming apart. So, we'll see what happens. I may have to remix some glue and retry it again. Let it sit a little longer and see if maybe I can get this to work out a little better. You know, give it another day of drying. Should have been dry 5 minutes. It should have dried in 5 minutes. Yeah, done for the night. I had to go to bed. Have a great evening. We'll see you all later. Hope you enjoyed that part. At least we got most of it assembled. We got the extruder, the Pro extruder all assembled on this. So I think we're pretty close, very close on this. Just those pieces are not gluing in, and I need to figure that out and get that fixed, so that it's not going to work if it's going to keep coming apart on me. And I have to figure that out. We're very, very, very close on this now. I guess tomorrow night we'll go ahead and hook up the switches for the, and we'll get the display hooked up. I don't know how I'm going to mount this without that little box it's supposed to have for that to mount and go together on. But that's, we'll figure something out. Maybe I'll design something and have to 3D print my own little box for it. I don't know. Because I don't have any, I don't see it anywhere. All the stuff that I have here, there's nothing. So, okay, have a good night. Talk to you later.